So let's do number 1. So this is from section 1. I'm going to draw a picture. You guys go ahead and just answer some questions here. And you can draw them if you want. Do something simple. So A, B, C, and put D here. All right, number 1. Name a line. All right, so there's 6 possibilities. Line AB, line BC, and line AC. And you could switch the order of those 3 answers, and there you get 6 of them. Yeah?
Do we need all 3 on the quiz?
No. If I say name a line, just give me one. Okay? All right. I could draw it like this and say this is a D, and this is a G, lowercase g here. This is an A. I say, hey, name a line. What are you going to say? Now, if you just put G down, I'm not going to count it wrong. Okay? But you should write line G. All right? All right, so number 2, on this example right here, name a ray. And number 3, on the example above, name 2 opposite rays. All right, so you should be done with that. If we name a ray based on this example, the only possibility is ray DA. It has to be just like that. If it is any different, it is counted wrong. Okay, so if there's 10 questions on the quiz, that's 10% right there off the bat. There's no work to be done. You just missed a whole letter grade. Don't miss the easy problems. Okay? Now, when there's work to be done on a problem, you can get partial credit. All right? Don't miss the easy problems. Number 3, this is an easy answer. There's only one possible answer for 2 opposite rays. That would be BA and BC. Those are the only 2 you could give for that. They have to have the same beginning point, which is B, and they have to form a line. Okay, so another example of what to do is if you have ABC, and you tell me 2 opposite rays, AC and CA. Now those are opposite directions, and they form a line, but they don't start at the same point. This one starts at A, and that one starts at C. They have to start at the same point, go the opposite directions, and form a straight line. Okay? All right. Number 4. Let's see. If I drew a box, oops. I guess that's a dotted 2. And this is A, B, C, that's D, E, F, G, and H. Let me put I there. And we'll put J there.
Are you posting it?
Yeah, I'll post it tonight. But I'm going to wait till I do next period. Okay, all right, so name. Name 3 collinear points. Name 3 collinear points. You should have said there's 2 possibilities, A, I, and B. And you could have said G, J, and C. Those are the only 3 that are on the same line. Okay? All right, number 5. Name a plane that includes point J. There's only one possibility. It is, actually there's quite a few possibilities. So plane, let me circle all the letters. The right side of the box, J touches that plane that is on the right side of the box. So all you have to do is choose 3 of those letters. Okay, so plane FBC in any order. So you'd write plane FBC or plane JCG. Try not to use collinear points, okay? The other possibility is plane in the back side. J is touching the back of the box. That'd be F, G, D, and C, including J. Any of those 5 points. So plane H, G, J. That's a possibility. Yeah.
So when you label distance, like between 2 points, it's just 2 letters, right?
Yes.
Oh.
All right, here we go. All right, number 6. So obviously they're going to get a little harder, but this seems to be an easy answer here. So we have a segment, A, B, and C. This is 4. The whole thing is 16. What is BC? Okay, so BC is just this little section here. So you take the total, 16 minus the 4, and you get 12. 12 is the answer. Pretty easy. Be happy when you get easy questions, okay? We're not trying to trick you. They're there to say, can you do the basic stuff? Great. All right, good. Let's move on. Let's do something a little harder. So let's do this one. Oops, that's a segment. D, E, and F. So D, E, and EF are congruent. We have 5x plus 8 here. We have 9x plus 12 on the other one. We also have something else there. So, name the segment bisector. And tell me what EF is. So, the segment bisector is line G. So hopefully nobody missed that one. All right, now to find EF, we just want this section right here. We got to know what X is. And I think most of you were doing this right. 5x plus 8, you set it equal to 9x plus 12. That's what these 2 little hash marks mean. They're equal to each other. So I'm going to go to the right here with my x's. A equals 4x plus 12. Subtract the 12. Negative 4 equals 4x. And if I divide off the 4, x is negative 1. So if you said, hey, that's negative 1, so EF is negative 2. That's incorrect. X is negative 1. You got to plug it back in to any of these. So since we're doing EF, I'll do 9x plus 12. So 9 times negative 1 plus 12. So that's negative 9 plus 12, or 3. So the answer should be 3 for EF. Please make sure you look to see what they're asking in the problem. I said this the other day, so I'm saying it again. Answer the correct part of the problem. You do all that work, and then you give me the wrong answer because you weren't paying attention, okay? All right, that's number 7. Number 8. So I want the midpoint. So if you have to look it up, you're not ready. C is at -8, -6. D is at -4, 10. Find the midpoint, please. How do you find midpoint? Add your x's, add your y's. So -8 plus a -4. And -6 plus 10. -12 over 2 is -6. And you have 4 over 2 there, so that's a +2. So that is your answer. All right. Who got it right? Okay. Who got it half right? Anybody get half? Okay, partial credit. All right, next one. Let's do distance. Number 9, we'll do distance problem. So G is at -5, 4. H is at 2, 6. So find the distance from G to H, please. Distance is always the difference from one end to the other. So from -5 to 2, you have to subtract them. And 4 to 6, you have to subtract those. -5 minus 2 is -7. 4 minus 6 is -2. And at this point, remember, everything should be positive. Positive 49, positive 4, positive 53. And that is prime. You can't break that down any further. Question is, do you need to simplify? I want you to simplify. If you get this far, I will take that as the answer. Obviously, that is the answer. But if it was something like this, square root of 54, I would want to see you break it down. Square root of 9, square root of 6, that's 3. And some of you need this lesson. Don't give me this as your answer. If the square root of 3 and the square root of 2 are at the end, then you put them back together because you can't take anything out of them. So there should be just one radical when you're done. So that should be 3 square root of 6 as the answer. After today, you have to do this when it says simplify, okay? And I'll be talking through it in the lessons as well. Okay, so we'll do more practice. All right, but after starting next week, you're expected to do this. This is a big standard for geometry. So the whole year. Don't worry, you're going to get good at it. You're going to do it a lot. All right, next one. Number 10. So we have let's do H is -2, 9. The midpoint is at 8, 0. What was G? What was the other endpoint? So the setup is you have to add your x's together, divide by 2, and that gives you your x midpoint. So my two x's are x and -2. And my x midpoint is 8. Multiply both sides by 2. I get x plus -2 equals 16. So if you subtract a -2, do that. If you add a +2, do that. However it is that you make this 0 is what you want to do. So whatever you're comfortable with, whether you add or subtract, okay? So that's going to be 18. All right, so the x part of the endpoint is 18. And now you do the y. Y plus y over 2 is equal to the y midpoint. So we have y and 9. Y plus 9 over 2 is equal to 0. Multiply by 2. So you have y plus 9 is equal to 0. Subtract 9. Y equals -9. And that would be the other endpoint. All right? Okay. graph this problem. A is 6, -8. B is 6, 1. C is 7, -2. And D is -2, -2. Is AB congruent to CD? You have to graph, even though you may be able to look at it and tell me what the answer is. You have to graph. That's partial points. You have to show me why they are or are not congruent. Go. Any other questions? All right, you have 12 more minutes. Stay in a seat, and if you have a question for me, ask me.
So I'm not gonna be here tomorrow. Do you think I could take that quiz during SRT or even right now? It's only 10 questions,
ready?
isn't it?
I don't have it ready right now.
Oh, you don't?
No.
Okay.
You
Did I
come
do
in
it
as-
during SRT then?
Austin, right?
Yep. Yeah, I only missed one, and I understand it now. I think it would be better to do it now than.
I agree.
Well, I might not be here Monday either, so it'd be a lot better to do it now than next Tuesday.
Yeah, I'll get one ready for you.
All right, is that the only assignment I'll have tomorrow?
Oh yeah, you're done till Monday. Monday night there will be one. It'll be on Google Classroom. Okay, so let's do number 1 for you guys. First thing I want you to do is, let's just draw this out here. This is A, this is L, this is B and C. All right, number 1. This will be posted tonight on Google Classroom. So if you don't want to draw the pictures and the instructions, that's fine. Okay? No. Name a line. All right, so I'm going to stop it after each instruction, give everybody a chance to do it. So there are plenty of answers here. You could have said line L. And if you're just going to say the L, then you have to have the word line. Okay, and I'm not going to count it wrong, but I'm trying to make you better. Okay? You also could have said AB or BA. All right, number 2. L is not a point.
Oh, okay. That's fine.
Okay, so
All right. Yeah.
that's 10%. If there's 10 questions on the quiz and you miss that, you just took a whole letter grade out. So don't miss the easy ones, right? You deserve to miss 10% if you miss that problem. Don't miss it tomorrow. Now, a lot of you missed it, so don't miss it tomorrow. Don't miss the easy ones.
So you said you will count it wrong if you don't put line L, or like if you don't put line before the.
I said I wouldn't. Yeah. But if you said AL, you just missed 10%. Okay.
If L was a point. If L was a point on the line.
Then yes.
Okay.
Okay. Name a ray. Guess I didn't record that. All right, here we go. Number 3. Let's do D, E, oops, F. Yep, dead. Dead. Deaf. And let's do this. G.
What is that? Is that a letter? Is that on top?
G. Lowercase g. Name Name the segment bisector. And name. If you can't answer these, you're missing these tomorrow. And name. Segment bisector. The only answer is line G.
I was right.
Why wouldn't it not be E?
Opposite rays. The only answer is EF and ED.
Let go. I didn't put it in order though.
So
I put EDEF.
Yes. It's the same thing.
Did you do the same?
I was right. I told you it was line G.
I did hear you say that. I did.
You said no. I did it with E, but I said
Number 5. Let's go. Graph. Graph 6, -1. Oops, B is 1, -1. C is 2, -3. And D is 4, -3. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, -1. And B is at 1, -1. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 units. C is at 2, -3. And D is at 4, -3. So 1, 2. So AB is 5, CD is 2. No, they're not correct.
All right.
All right, look.
Okay.
You don't get any partial credit if you just say yes or no. Okay?
You have to write the equation.
Well,
Equal to.
the point is if you do something silly and make an error and you're doing it in your head, and then you just say yes or no, and you get it wrong, you miss 10% if there's only 10 questions. So if you write the stuff down, of course, if it says graph, you have to graph it. Or if they give you a graph, you have to graph it.
Yeah.
Okay, because you can answer this question just by looking at the coordinates. All right?
So like, even if it doesn't tell us to graph it, can we still graph it?
If there's a graph, you have to. If you don't graph it and there's a graph, you're missing part of the points. Because we're looking to see who can graph and who can't.
Right.
All right, 6. Let's do something simple. D, E, F.
Idea, you gonna say it again? I thought you was
This is 12 and this is 30. What is DF?
This is the same length apart. Which definitely was not true.
Okay, 12 and 30, that's 42.
Stop talking. Unless you want the quiz now. Well, I can give you a quiz now.
Oh, no.
So make sure you're paying attention to what they're asking. You want the distance from D to F, so therefore we're adding those two segments. Segment addition postulate 42, sorry. 42. All right, 7. Oops. There we go.
I know her dad.
Okay.
Her dad sold. I don't know what
Oops.
this tastes like.
So let's do H. J and K.
Who's that? Huh?
This will be
What?
Outdependence.
Yeah, he instantly got cold when he got back in here.
Because it was hot outside.
Wow.
I was cold.
Such a genius.
Sweat so good.
It was hot.
That 20 or 28?
20.
Cold.
Okay.
Usually it does.
So number one, name the segment bisector. And I want to know HK.
Right?
Stop talking. Gosh.
Sorry, I have to think out loud.
So, for this one. Tomorrow you're going to do the other. All right, segment bisector in this case would be the ray JL. And then to solve for x, you have to set these equal to each other. So subtract 4x. Negative 3 equals 16x. Add 10. 7 equals 16x. Divide off the 16. So 7/16 would have been the answer for x. Tomorrow you're actually going to have to plug it back in and tell me whatever length I'm asking for. You have to pay attention to what it is, okay? All right, next. Number 8, midpoint. If you have to look it up, you're not ready. Find the midpoint of C, -8, -6, and D, -4, 10. Midpoint is x plus x over 2 and y plus y over 2. So -8 plus -4 over 2. -6 plus 10 over 2. -12 over 2. And 4 over 2. That would be -6 over 2. It's a coordinate, so make sure you have the parentheses.
I flipped them.
All right, next question. Distance.
Okay, I got this one. I got this one lost.
Distance, let's do E is 3,7. F is 6,5. So, what is EF?
Seven minus 5.
Oh, yeah, obviously 7 minus 5 is 2. Not 12.
What?
So on
What was H? Positive 5, -6. Midpoint's at 4, 3. So the only way to get partial credit on this problem is if you have the correct setup to start with. Doesn't matter how much work you show, you have to have some sort of intelligence on your paper. There's a lot of people looking, so there'll be a lot of studying tonight. All right. You should be able to have this written down fairly quickly. Otherwise, you're not doing enough practice, okay? So, any questions? If you only study these, you'll be okay on the quiz, but you should probably look at other stuff too.
Just So whenever you do the one where you have to put in the variable, you use one x and then it's equal to the other x, and then you use one y and it's equal to the other
I'm not sure what you're talking about. On this problem?
y. Yeah.
So like you use one x and then you do the answer, then you get the answer, then you do the other one to get the other answer.
Yes,
So it's like a number and a variable equal to a number.
but you have to divide by 2 for the midpoint. Yes.
I just have to.
Just remember them if they give you the midpoint, which is on this is on the quiz. If they give you the midpoint, that's what it's equal to.
Right.
That's where those numbers go.
Okay.
Okay, wait, so does the M stand for midpoint?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Oh, the x stands for y.
Be like, yeah, I can say it now.
Who's going to the game tomorrow night?
Me.
How much is the game?
You see me out there.
$1 million.
Well, Steph ain't going in.
There's a game. Tomorrow. I thought
Be on the sideline.
I literally thought you said, I thought you said, who's going to the game?
Oh my gosh.
Is there a theme?
I'll be up in there.
I think it's construction.
Blackout.
Stupid.
Construction?
Construction.
Yeah.
It's construction.
Yeah.
That's gay. That's gay.
Gay.
I thought it was just gonna be blackout.
That was a volleyball game. Lord.
I'm gay.
Okay, enough. Enough. Enough.
We're gonna get to that.
All right, we got 5 minutes, so that's it.